Hello, dear friend, and welcome back to Zen Beautiful Art, a quiet place to explore the deeper layers of creativity and reconnect with the parts of ourselves that often get lost in the noise. I'm Lucy, your watercolor guide, and today I want to take you on a gentle journey to ask a simple but powerful question: who am I when I'm creating? Have you ever stopped to wonder what part of yourself wakes up when you pick up your brush? Who shows up? What stories do you tell yourself? What truths are waiting underneath? When I first started painting regularly, I thought I was just the painter. That was my creative identity. Someone who made pretty pictures, someone who knew her colors and brushes well. But as I kept painting, I noticed something more complicated underneath. Sometimes when I painted, I felt fear, not just of the blank page, but of being seen. Who would I be if I really showed up? Flaws and all. Sometimes I felt joy, that simple, light-hearted kind of that bubbles up when you lose yourself in the flow. And sometimes I felt sadness, like the paint carried parts of me that were hard to say out loud. I realized I was not just a painter. I was a whole me showing up in bits and pieces. One morning not long ago, I took work before the day began. I had my sketchbook in my bag and my mind swirling with thoughts. I found a quiet bench under the tree and opened my sketchbook. As I sketched a small flower I saw nearby, I asked myself quietly, who am I right now, in this moment, as I create? It wasn't just a question about painting, it was a question about me, the part of me that gentle, curious, and open, the part that feels imperfection, the part that longs to be seen and accepted. And with every stroke, I felt those parts come alive, not perfectly aligned or polished, but real. What I've come to understand is this: your creative self is many things at once. You might be the explorer, daring to try new things, pushing boundaries. You might be the healer, using art as a balm for your heart and soul. You might be the storyteller, weaving your life and dreams into every color and line. Or the child, playful, messy, full of wonder, and these parts can shift from day to day. Sometimes you show up as all of them, sometimes just one. Understanding who you are when you create can change everything. It helps you let go of harsh judgment, because you realize you are more than anyone painting. Embrace your creative process as a form of self-discovery, not just production. Find compassion for the messy, imperfect parts that still deserve love. Connect deeply with your own creative truth, not just what the world expects. When you honor the whole of who you are, your art becomes a reflection of your unique story, and that story is beautiful. So today I invite you to ask yourself, who am I when I'm creating? Is there a part of you that comes alive with your brush? A part that's shy or bold? A part that tells a story no one else can hear? Maybe tomorrow or next time you create, you can sit quietly with that question and paint, draw, or write, letting those parts reveal themselves softly, without judgment, because your creative self is waiting to meet you, and it's worth every gentle moment. If you feel moved, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Who do you feel when you create? What parts of yourself are showing up in your art? Feel free to reach out or share your reflections, because your creative story is important. Thank you for spending this quiet moment with me. I'm Lucy, and this was Zen Beautiful Art. Take a breath, take a brush, and meet yourself in the process.